record this because I got to put it on YouTube tomorrow. For those that don't know either, I put all the lives that we do the questions on YouTube. So just in case you miss it, you can go watch it over there because some people ask questions and they can't join every live. So that's why I put it over there. All right. I've always been curious, how do single men get ready for dates? What are your guys' rituals? I know we girls are extra, but I've always been curious, like keep clean diet, no onions 3 days before. Sadly, some guys, they literally get ready like 30 minutes before. I'm sure you've seen some guys. There's men out there who will actually go the distance, make sure their clothes are ironed, maybe go get a haircut, maybe a new shirt, new jeans, a cologne or something. There's definitely guys who do that. Definitely guys who do that. But there's also guys who give no fucks. And they'll just wear their wrinkled up shirt, and then don't even shower beforehand, don't even pay, like they don't even, some people look like they don't even look in the mirror before they step out of the house. Like you're literally going on a date with somebody and you're just like, fuck it. Like this is what I'm gonna wear. And also dress for the occasion. But I don't know what a lot of guys do. If some guys want to comment and say what you guys do, I'll tell you guys what I do. Like when I go on a first date, right? So I'll usually like before, not that day, but the day before, I usually already pick out the outfit that I want to wear in my head, right? Like I already have in my head what I want to wear. Like I usually have my outfit chosen beforehand. And if I don't feel nothing that I have, I'll probably go get something. So, and then definitely gotta shower, shave, plan a haircut, because it's all about first unless I got a haircut that week. If not, if I know there's a date coming up, like on a first date, you got to make sure you got a haircut. So, that's another thing, like for me, is like I would get a haircut because you got to be, first impressions mean a lot, and then I got to make sure I smell good. A smell is a big thing for me because I would hate to come and see somebody, go on a first date, your breath stinks, go buy some gum. That's another thing. I got to make sure I have gum, brush teeth, deodorant. Like all this stuff, you got to make sure you have all of that because the last thing you want is like to meet up with somebody and then all of a sudden your breath stinks or you forgot to put deodorant on. Oh, Hannah, what's up, girl? A good smelling man is my weakness. Absolutely. Like that's why those first impressions go a long way. So imagine showing up to a first date and you stink. You smell like you didn't put on deodorant. And also don't forget, fellas, cologne only masks BO for like to a point. And don't be wearing cologne to mask your bad smell. Okay? No, cologne should just enhance everything. You should already smell good without cologne and then put on cologne. So, what is your favorite cologne? So, my favorite ones are the Versace ones, like the Pour Home, and I forgot the name of the other one, but it's like also like a light bluish bottle. So, those are my favorite ones. The Versace ones. So, and it's bad breath. Yeah, absolutely. And you don't want to have something in your teeth either. So imagine. So that's me. It just choose the outfit the night before. That day, at least like an hour, 2 hours beforehand. Shower, change, make sure you got a haircut. If not, shave, or not shave, but like line up your beard, trim up, look at decent, presentable. Make sure your clothes are ironed, right? Don't have a wrinkled ass t-shirt, and also dress for the occasion. Okay, dress for the occasion. No, if you're going out to dinner, especially if you're going out to dinner for the first, sacrifice it and don't wear shorts. Wear some jeans, some nice shoes, and then even though it's hot, you'll be fine. You'll look better. The shorts can come out later on. The shorts, unless you guys are going swimming for some reason, then wear the shorts. But again, dress for the occasion. This is a first date. This is a first impression. So, but then, and don't switch up a week later. That too. Don't switch up a week later. Hey, love all your videos. Thank you, Maggie, Boo Inspos. I appreciate you. Ana Rosa, ¿cómo estás? How are you? All right, let's get into the next question. Do you think social media plays a role or contributes into hurting relationships? My ex was doom scrolling and his feed was helping, My new guy is off because and his feed was helping. My new guy is off because he's busy like that. It seems so peaceful. Yes, it can ruin relationships, but that depends on their intention, right? What are they looking for in social media? Are they looking to look at other girls, look at the, look at that, look at booty shaking stuff? No. Like my feed right now, my algorithm is a bunch of funny videos, relationship type of videos, and then dog videos and food videos. So that's what I mean. Like, what is your intention with social media? First of all. Second of all, it also ruins relationship because it gives people access to a lot of people, right? To a lot of different people. Like, now you have access to millions of people, and to get a hold of them, it's an easy DM. Easy DM. All you have to do is send them a DM, and guess what? You didn't have to leave your house. You didn't have to do anything. You didn't have to look presentable or like attractive in person. Like, you literally just send a DM. So that's why I'm saying, like, it can ruin relationships because it, depending on that person's intention. Because social media can be good, right? You can connect with old people or old friends, meet people too if you're single, build a business off of social media, build a platform off of social media. Like, you can do a lot of things with social media, but it just depends on what the person is, his intentions. Of course, he's never going to tell you their intentions. You'll probably eventually find out, but that's probably why. Like, again, my feed is a bunch of food, dogs, relationship stuff, and then food, dog, relationship stuff, and funny videos. Like, literally it. Every now and then, yeah, of course, like a girl video pops up or something because, depending on like if you're friends with them or, it'll post up. But am I looking at? No. Like, that's not what I'm on there for. Is like, oh, I wonder what this person is doing. I'm just like looking for more content to do. Hey, how are you? What's up, La Reyes? Do you have a PO box? Want to send you a custom what? I don't know what that is, but yes, Maggie, if you go into my link tree, so if you go into my bio and then you click my link tree, on there it shows an address where people usually send stuff to. So that's the address you can send it to. Hold on, somebody asked a question over here. My friends with benefits time me, he didn't realize how much he missed me until the moment we having S. I don't know how to take it. No, he's gonna tell you. So hold on, let me see what name it was. Hello, Betsy. He's gonna tell you things like that you want to hear. Oh, I didn't realize how much I missed you, how much I loved you. Let me get that cookie. No, because if he really did miss you, you would feel it. Not just telling you just because maybe he's trying to meet up with you. Does that make sense? Nothing said in that moment is real. Hi, ScarX. How was your night tonight? What's up, girl? Jerry, is that your burner account? Because there's only a few people that call me ScarX. And I keep forgetting your burner account. Nothing said in the... let me see. Nothing said in the moment is real. Yeah, that's true. All right, next question. I don't drink socially. I don't drink alone. Do you think social drinks on a date can hurt or ease up the date? Honestly, they can do a little bit of both, right? If you're a horrible drunk or a horrible person when you're tipsy, the date's not going to go so hot. But there's nothing wrong with casual drinking, a drink every now and then, it loosens people up. It gets people sometimes more confident to talk about things maybe they wouldn't talk about, right? So it just loosens people up, especially if they're nervous, especially if it's like one of the first few dates. Calm the nerves down a little bit, because for the most part, a lot of people get nervous, right? So there's nothing wrong with getting a few drinks when you're on a date. Now, if that person is getting freaking sloshed and getting hammered, that's a little bit different. It shouldn't be, hey, we're getting hammered right now. No, that's not socially drinking. That's getting fucked up. And that is definitely a red flag, especially in the first few days. Like, one, that person could be trying to get you drunk because they're trying to, loosen you real up if you're picking up what I'm putting down. or they might have a problem with their alcohol, and so they only know how to get sloshed. So, but a few drinks during the day, nothing wrong with that. That's normal. I call it Edgar Papi. I appreciate you. Rosters are crazy. STDs are insane. We call you dad. Thank you. I appreciate y'all. Araceli, ¿cómo estás? How are you? Your chain is gorgeous. Thank you. I appreciate you. I thought I had my bracelet on, but then I realized I wasn't wearing it. It's a matching bracelet. All right. Next question. I haven't dated in a while. My new man is asking for pics, spicy or not. I don't snap. What pics can I send him? Like, what am I doing? Thinking of you selfies? I am lost. Been out of the dating 8 years. I mean, definitely don't start off with spicy photos, right? Because if you're barely getting to know this person, don't start with spicy photos. You know, don't send those because you don't know his intentions. You don't know if he's going to be sending them to somebody. Maybe just start with a few selfies. If he enjoys the selfies, then cool. You know, and there's nothing wrong with sending like maybe outfit pictures and stuff like that. But if he's getting upset that you're not sending him spicy pictures, that's a problem, right? I see it takes you a while to answer one of your messages, but I want to thank you for your reply. Hey, thank you. A selfie that's not on social media, literally take one just for him, a cute one, not anything crazy. Absolutely. See, like doing, like just snapping a photo and then sending it to him. No face. I'd send him before, no face, no tattoos. That's one way to do it. But just a typical, like a selfie, maybe they just want to feel like you know, it makes them feel good that you sent them a selfie. Maybe you're thinking of them. This picture was just taken just for them. You know, guys are simple. That's what I'm saying. Like a simple selfie picture, I'm sure he's gonna love it. Maybe add a little bit of cleavage. You know what I mean? Like open it up a little tad. Just give him a little taste. You know, a little taste of the spiciness. Not full on spicy. Just a little taste, a little cheese, right? You know, undo that extra button. Makeup or hair done, outfit pics, absolutely. So, but definitely not spicy pics, like you know what I'm talking about with spicy pics, you know, not right away. Because first you have to figure out if he's even worth sending these to him. Because what if you send them to him and then all of a sudden he just ghosts you? Now he has pictures of you and who knows what he'll do with them. So you have to remember that about that too. All right, next question. I'm a single mom and I don't like dating because I have nothing exciting to talk about. My kid is my life and life revolves around my kid. I don't want to talk about my kid with strangers. Should I just give up and wait to date later? I mean, you're gonna have to, especially if you're looking for somebody, if you're looking for a boyfriend, I would say find things to talk about, because as a guy, I also don't want to go on a date with you and then you be boring, right? And I'm sure you don't want to go on a date with a guy and the guy be boring, because trust me, it goes both ways, right? So if you know that you're in that headspace right now, and I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with being in that headspace, it's just maybe you're just not looking for somebody at the moment. So just like Cayero says, date yourself first. Take yourself on dates. Take your kid, you know, both of you guys go to dinner somewhere. Like, just do things on your own until you're ready to go out there and actually want to put effort into somebody. Because you shouldn't have, like, you shouldn't feel like if you go on a date, you have nothing to talk about. No, you should feel like, hey, I'm going on a date. Like, this is exciting. You should be excited. And then just the conversations flow, especially if you guys know how to talk, right? But if you feel like, oh, I don't want to go on a date because I have nothing to talk about, that you're already being negative. You're already being negative and you're already ruining the date. Before it even started, you're ruining the date, right? And you don't even know that you're ruining the date before you even go. Because you're already expecting, I'm not going to talk about anything. It's going to be horrible. Like, it's not going to go well. Just date yourself for a little while. There's nothing wrong. Like, just because there's no right time to be ready to find somebody. But if you are looking to be with somebody, if you're looking for your person, find something to talk about. There's a lot of things to talk about. Watch a podcast before you go. Read a book before you go. Do something. Google something, and have something to talk about. Música que sientes. MX, what's up? Saludos de Guadalajara. What's up? Your boy, also from Jalisco. I got kicked off Sabotage. Hopefully he's not kicking you guys off. Hopefully that doesn't happen again, Bell's Beauty. Think outside the box. Absolutely. Like, go in there and just have conversations with the person, right? And that's it. There's no right things to talk about when you go on a date with somebody, right? And you said you don't like to talk about your kid, and that's fine. Like, if the kid gets brought up, like your kid, just change the subject. Just answer it with the yes or no question or answer, and then just, change the subject. There's nothing wrong with that. But definitely don't go in there already sabotaging the date because you're like, I have nothing to talk about, because that's what you're doing. You're already sabotaging the date going into it, and it hasn't even started. All right, next question. What do men hate that they don't say when it comes to the bed, or what do they want when it comes to S? I mean, I think it just depends on the person. Like what they like and what they don't like. One thing and just having that conversation, you're not going to know right away what they want, but actually being like, oh, like, is there anything that you have ever wanted to do before? Or have him do stuff to you. Ask him if there's anything that you want him to do, like that you want him to do to you, like things like that. There's no real way to like know what he hates or doesn't like. Because for the most part, not a lot of guys hate a lot of things about being intimate unless you're making him do something he's not comfortable with, right? Like say he's not say you're a dominant person, right? And you like to tie him up and stuff like that, and he doesn't like that. That could be a reason why it's something he hates, right? Or maybe you go down on him and you use it as a chew toy. That shit hurts. Maybe he doesn't, some guys would hate that. So, but only you are going to know your person, what they like, what they don't like, and you're going to be able to tell based how they react, right? Or they might even tell you. But the best thing you can do in a relationship is have a conversation. Talk to them. Have a post-intimacy recap. Tell them like, oh, this felt amazing when you did that. Or be like, hey, I really don't like it when you do this. For example, there's stuff like that. Maybe they called you a certain thing and you're like, I really don't like that. And he would have been like, oh shit, my bad. Won't do it again. And most of them want to stick it in your booty. That's true too. So like they could hate that you don't like it in the peach if you're picking up what I'm putting down, right? Because some guys like absolutely crave it like crazy. But this is why communication goes a long way. Girlfriend went to a single male friend's house, told me about it. What should I do? Justin says, girlfriend went to a single male friend's house, told me about it. What should I do? She told you after? Like she told you, or did you catch her? And because, it depends. What was her excuse for going to this person's house? So she told you before. But what was the reason to going there? That's my question. Because if she just went and she was just like, oh, I'm going to this guy's house, a lot of red flags are popping into my head. Checking out his new house. And watching I don't know about that one, Justin. I don't know about that one. I would definitely not be comfortable, not one bit, letting my girl go to another single man's house to check out his new home and to watch the game. Since you asked me, that's definitely red flags to me. Because if my girl would say, hey, I'm going to go, hell no. Hell no. So what should I say? There's nothing you can really say now because it's already done. And if anything happened, So what I would just say is how it made you feel. You know, don't attack her, be like, you were cheating. Like, don't do that. But just be like, hey, that made me feel really uncomfortable that you went over there. Like, you know, something along those lines. Like, let her know how you felt with her doing that. Because why couldn't she invite you? Like, you know what I mean? Like, both of you go over and visit this person, right? See, that would have been my thing, is like, okay, like, you're gonna go over to his house, you don't want me to go, and you guys are gonna look at his home and talk and watch the game. And no. In person or over text, and what's the best way to say it? I would say in person, definitely not over text. And just, you started off with not attacking. I've talked about this in a lot of podcasts. You don't start it off by attacking, you be like, or accusing them. You just let them know how, like, what they did and how it made you feel. And tell them how it made you feel. You know, be like, hey, like, to me, that's really weird, you know, doing this. It made me feel some type of way. And listen to her explanation, right? Because if she tries to justify why she went over there and completely dismisses your feelings on why you felt like that, also kind of a red flag, right? Because why is she just be like, oh, nothing happened, I just went over there? You know, that gives you a different type of vibe. Be like, oh shit, I'm sorry, I didn't mean that. You know, I didn't mean it in that type of way. I'm sorry I made you feel that way. You know what I mean? Like, you can tell by the response. Because the same way with guys. What's up, Downhill? What's up, bro? I wish more mans look at life, look at this live. Hey, we got plenty of guys in here, but yes, hopefully we get to a point where, because I'm live on TikTok and IG, we get to a point where it's 50-50, meaning like 50% men and 50% women. That's an ideal situation. But, you know, shout out to the guys that do join, like Downhill, right? What does it mean when a guy says, if we're still talking when making plans for summer? What does it mean when a guy says, if we're still talking? So, Renee, does he ghost you? You know, are you guys in constant communication? Because if he got to the point where he's like, are we still a thing? To me, it feels like there is a lot of maybe gaps, right? I mean, I'm just saying. I have guy friends, never been a cheater ever. I just get along better with men, but respect your partner. Absolutely. See, and I'm glad you brought that up, Ohana. Like, you can have friends who are guys, you can have friends who are girls. But at the end of the day, it's all about respecting your partner. Because this is your person, and you want them to feel that, and want them to know. Like, single, go and do shit. Go and hang out, whatever. Even if it's just like a friend type of thing. Cool, go and do it. But once you get in a relationship, those decisions have to be made a little bit more cautiously, right? Because not everyone's going to take it well. And again, I would not feel comfortable in that situation. That's just me. And I'm sure girls would not feel comfortable either. And that's what I'm saying. Like, girls wouldn't. Let me ask you ladies in the chat. Would you feel comfortable if your guy went over to a single girl's house because they were going to watch a game, right? Would you guys feel comfortable? I'll give you guys a little bit to answer that. Because the other way around, no, I would not feel comfortable. Because I'm like, why are you going to his house and you're going by yourself? And, you know, see, no, oh, heck no, nope. Yes, he ain't going nowhere. No, alone. Yeah, alone. Just them two. Nope. I'd be like, heck no. That's just not right. Absolutely. See, it's not right either way. Either way, it's not right. Why can't you take me is my first question. Exactly. Like, why can't you take, like, why can't we go together? Like, why are you trying to, like, keep this separate? Nope, I'll join you guys. Exactly. See? And somebody, like, for example, say I had a friend and wanted to invite me and my girl over. I would be like, hey, let's go over there. They're going to have the game. And you tell the friend too, be like, hey, I'm bringing my partner too. Is that okay? And they'll be like, oh yeah, if nothing's going on, oh yeah, that's fine. Go ahead. But if they're like, you know, Friend group, okay. Alone, no. Absolutely. See, like it goes both ways for people. So sorry if I missed you guys' questions in the chat. I'm just trying to stay locked in on one question at a time. So sorry, I'm not trying to ignore you guys. Ask it again if you can, and hopefully I get to see it. All right, next question. My BF always wants to have S at night after after I'm asleep. Usually when he is ready to go to sleep, it's usually always the same, a BJ and me on top. When I give him a BJ's, he's always on his, what? Am I boring to him or is it him? Because it makes me not want to S on, girl. First of all, hold on. Being on the phone while you're going down on him, huge red flag. Like what? What are you doing? What's more important on the phone than what's going on in this situation? Like what is you imagine you're doing that to him and he's not looking at the girl that he actually wants to be with? Like that could also be the reason. Hell no. And then it's always like on his time, like what he wants, that you go down and then him on top. Like he's just getting a free ride. He's just going on. You know what I mean? He's probably watching online videos. Probably. I would not be okay with that. Like, what? We're being intimate and you're on your phone? And even worse, if you're doom scrolling on TikTok or IG. Now I feel like you're not even having a good, just like you said, you feel like it's not you, like, or like you're boring to him or anything like that. Some people said, is he recording? I get that, but to me it sounded like he's does this a lot, that he's always on his phone when this is going on. Recording or not. If you want to record a quick video, 5-10 seconds, cool, you're good. But just like staying on the phone, yeah, absolutely the fuck not. You know, you don't need to record the entire session. And if you do need to record the entire session, set up the phone somewhere. Right? Don't sit there and hold it or make it look like you're on the phone, because she's feeling like he's scrolling on social media while she's doing her thing down there. And as a guy too, what's doom scrolling? I'm out of the loop. Doom scrolling is like when you get on TikTok or IG and you just, it's one video after another. You get into like this doom scroll, right? You watch one video and then maybe you send it to a friend and then you watch another video, send another one. And then before you know it, you just spent like an hour or two on social media. So I'd stop immediately and get on my phone, right? I do the same thing. Be like, oh, so since we're on our phones, I guess you don't need this, you know, and then get on your phone. Some guys have the nerve. I don't understand some guys out here these days, because I've never thought to doom scroll. Pull out your phone and get a quick little video of what's going on, obviously with consent with both people. Absolutely, there's nothing wrong with that. But sitting there making it look like you're hold on. Making it look like you're on what's it called, social media, you're doom scrolling or something. Sorry, my freaking phone went crazy. That's definitely a red flag. Stay in the moment. Absolutely stay in the moment. Social media is just a distraction for relationships. Yeah, and that should be a red flag to begin with, that they are watching something, like their attention is not on you, it's on something else at the moment, right? Like the nerve, the respect, you know, to do that. Absolutely the fuck not. I would have been, if I saw a girl and we're doing her thing and I saw her on her phone, I'd be like, you know what, fuck this. All right, next question. Why is it that some men, when having S, won't look at the it could mean a bunch of different things. It could mean they're insecure, right? Like, so they don't want you to look at them, so they're not looking at you. They might be thinking of somebody else too at the same time, and so they don't want to look at you because they want to imagine this other person. You know, maybe they feel ashamed too, or maybe they're just not vibing with you. And the reason I say ashamed, maybe they're doing something that they're not supposed to, right? And so they don't want to look at you because they don't want to be like, fuck, like, I can't believe I'm doing this. And just like you guys said, they probably just not into you, right? So they like I mentioned before too earlier, they could be thinking of somebody else, something different, and so that's why they do that. So which one is it? I don't know. My eyes are always closed. See, having eyes closed and and like doing your thing, but being distracted, like say the action is going on here and you're looking that way, and you're just like there's a problem with that, right? That's how you catch feelings. True. So if you're like a friends with benefits situationship, or sneaky link, it could be his way of not trying to catch feelings too, because he doesn't want to lock eyes with you. And so to build that deeper connection. So again, it totally depends. But if you like this person or whoever it is, I would just say, ask him why he does that, and just be like, it makes me feel this way. Don't say like, oh, why are you doing this? And be like, is there a reason you don't like to make eye contact when we're being intimate? It makes me feel this way, right? Something along those lines. Because you don't want to be like, you doing this makes me feel like this, because that feels more of an attack. But just say, bring it up in a nicer way and let them know how it makes you feel. Because, I mean, you gotta look. So, all right, next question. So my BF of 9 years didn't like me being so square or going down, but now recently he has been loving it all and even licks me dry out of nowhere. You know what I think happened? I think he didn't realize he loved it until he actually tried it. Or maybe he liked it before, and because when sometimes there's some guys, they'll be like, oh, like I would never do that, and you want to be cool too, and you want to be like, yeah, I would never do that, fuck that, I don't like that either. Because I was similar, like when I was younger, like I didn't like dressing like a cholo or doing any of that stuff, but I would do it because the people around me, they thought it was cool, and so I was like, yeah, it's cool, even though I didn't like dressing like that. Until I finally was like, you know what, fuck y'all, I'm gonna dress the way that I want to dress. I got made fun of so much by my own circle because I started dressing different, right? Because I was like, I'm gonna do what I want, and I'm not saying that's what happened, but something similar could have happened. He could have, or he finally tried it too. That's another thing. Finally trying, what's it called? The magical waterfalls. Because something happens when you finally give something a try. That's why always be open to trying new things, even if it's just one time, and then you'll find out if you like it or not. And if you didn't like it, then you're like, hey, it wasn't my thing. But if you like it, then go for it, girl. It was, so people were asking what the question was. So the question basically was that her man of 9 years didn't like going down there, and how much moisture came out. I'll say it like that because I'm not trying to get suspended off TikTok Live. And so he never liked that. And then out of nowhere, he started enjoying the magical waterfalls, right? I mean, another thing that I was gonna say, I'm not saying it's this one exactly. It could be a thing that he tried it with somebody else, hold on, I think it froze over on IG. But I think he tried it with somebody else, and then now he's just like, I really like it. So I'm not saying it was that. I'm not saying that it was, I'm not saying that's the reason why he started doing it, but it could be a big reason that he started doing it. Like Marisol says, sorry, sounds like a cheater. It happens, like they finally tried it with somebody else and they didn't realize how much they actually did like it. Somebody else brought out that freak. And so now you're thinking, like they could have brought that freak out. And now you're just like, yeah, out of nowhere, he changed. Did he though? Or did he try it with somebody else? I got kicked off again, IG not liking me. I know right now IG froze. I had to stop it and restart it. So I restarted it. Hopefully it doesn't freeze again. But yeah. What I mentioned before IG got kicked, or I shut off IG and restarted it, was that she could have also been cheating, or he could have also been cheating. He could have tried it, had the magical waterfalls with somebody else, and then realized that he really did enjoy it, and now he wants it from his partner. Not saying it's the reason, but it's also a high probability. Just saying. All right, next question. I have this situationship that he says he doesn't want a relationship, but we're together almost every weekend to see each other all the time, text every day. He's been cheated on in the past. Could it be his fear that he's holding him back? He knows how I feel about him, but I still won't commit. Girl, you are stuck in a situationship. Because if he really wants you, you're giving him all the benefits of like a girlfriend without the actual responsibility, right? You're giving him your affection, your time, intimacy, like all this stuff, but he doesn't want to be anything serious with you. You know, he doesn't want to give you that title, that label. He wants everything else, but he doesn't want that. No. And especially if you've been with him over a year. You didn't mention on there how long you guys been with him, but you even said he won't commit, right? He knows how you feel, but he won't commit. Hold on, girl. Hold on, I got you. Red flag, girl. He's wasting your time just like everybody else in the chat is saying right now. You're getting your time wasted. Move on. Bye. On to the next, because you're in a situationship, and if he finds finally somebody that wants, he really actually wants, he's just gonna drop you like nothing, right? And also, if he cheats, then guess what? You guys are just a situationship. You guys aren't official. So guess what? Technically, he didn't cheat. So that's what I'm saying. I would not. And if you've been in a situationship for over a year and he can't commit to you and he can't do that for you, it's only a matter of time before he's gonna dip out. And especially if you told him how you feel towards him. So don't give him the cow when they just want the milk. That's what I'm saying. Don't give him all. If he can't give you that title, that label, be exclusive with you like that, then stop everything else. Because you're giving him everything that he's supposed to get when he's your boyfriend, right? You're giving all that stuff just basically for free, girl. No. If he wants this from you, then guess what? You need a title. You need a label. We need to be a thing. But honestly, that's not fair to him because he was honest. That's true too. We're going to play both sides. He told you how you felt and you're still sticking around. So technically, he's in the wrong, you're in the wrong. You guys are both in the wrong. You're in the wrong because you're staying with him and you have some feelings towards him. And then he's in the wrong too because he told you how you felt and he knows, or you told him how you felt, but he still keeps you around. That's why I'm saying both of y'all in the wrong. Time to move on. Like, let's be honest. I have a friends with benefits, but after today's podcast, I am thinking about not doing that anymore. I want something real. See, there you go. Hey, also, thank you for that, Bell's Beauty. Shout out to everyone who listened to today's podcast episode. It's based off why situationships are emotional laziness. Came out today. How to avoid being in situationships. What situationships are. What they do to you. Like, and, you know, how to avoid them. Okay? You don't want to be in this. I talked about it heavy on there. If you've been with somebody over a year and you're still in a situationship, they're not going to take you serious. Is your podcast on Apple? Yes. Spotify and YouTube if you want to watch the video versions or just audio too. But also Apple Podcasts, any of the audio platforms, we're there. If you go to my homepage and click the link tree, and it'll say right there, podcast home, click there. And then from there, you can choose wherever you listen to your podcasts. So like if it's Apple, click on the little apple, little manzanita, boom, you know. I got married after him for 10 years. I mean, that's also a good thing that you finally got married. What's up, Alvaro? What's up? Buenas noches, bro. How are you doing? We doing great over here. But was it, so Stardust, was it a forced marriage? Because sometimes, you know how some people, oh, like, I'm going to leave you if we don't get married, and then you get married. Was the relationship good before you guys got married? Today's podcast definitely hit. I can't seem to walk away from my current situationship. I've tried ignoring and laying low, but he knows when to swipe back or swipe up, and back I fall. See, and that's the problem, is that we let ourselves go back, right? We fall into that, oh, like, let me go back. And which is worse because we don't let ourselves get past this person, heal over this person, and move on from this person. You just got to fight it. You know, you have to fight that. You have to remember that this person just keeps you in that situationship. They're not trying to commit to you, right? They're not looking to be serious with you. So you got to remember that. All right, next question. Another situationship one. I had a situationship that ended in us having a baby, but now he is in my home and always tells me we are not a couple. What should I do? Kick his ass out. If he's in your, why is he there? If you guys aren't a couple, be like, all right, fine, we're not a couple, but you got to go. And if your home, if your name is on the mortgage, the lease, you can kick his ass out. Call the, hey, police, hey, get this motherfucker out. Because no. Absolutely not. He wants a place where he can go. He wants a place, like, I don't know if he lives there. He wants a place to be able to sleep at night and then go out and do his dirt, because if he's telling you you guys aren't a couple, already tells me that he's out doing something different. What it is, I don't know. But to me, it's already giving he's out doing something that he shouldn't be doing. That's why he lets you know that you guys aren't a couple. And I don't know, like Bell's Beauty says, and hopefully he's not getting that cookie too. Hopefully he's not staying with you. You're trying to kick him out, and then you're still giving up the cookie. So let's hope you're not doing that, because if you are, come on, girl. You're not a couple, remember? Why? Be like, no, that's the cookies for my man. Not a baby daddy that's not with me. I damn near want to head over and physically remove him for her. Absolutely. Like, if he tells you that stuff, be like, all right, cool, that's fine. But you got to go, because now you can't get into another relationship. Now you can't find anybody else because you have this man in your home, which he's probably going to prevent any man, right? What's up, Ixen? Gotta have a second baby. Let's all go as a group. He's taking advantage of you, baby. Girl, kick his ass out. That's what I'm saying. He is taking advantage of you. So, question, been talking to this amazing guy for 3 weeks and he said the L word. What do you think? Girl, be careful. 3 weeks in, to me, the L word right now for him is lust. Not love. Lust. So, you got to be careful, because 3 weeks in, he says, I love you. And he doesn't, you guys barely even know each other. That's love bombing. That's making you think that, oh, he feels this type of way. No, okay. Well, let's see how he is, 6 months in. Because everybody, the first few months, 2-3 months, maybe a little bit longer, honeymoon phase. Everything is going great. You feel like this great connection to this person, but you don't love them. Right? That you figure out later on, right? Because how they make you feel, even after you guys had arguments, after this, after that, like, give your guys like a little bit more time. 3 weeks in, that's way too soon. Way too soon. Way too soon. Because anybody can tell you I love you that early on, right? And do they mean it? No, because you guys barely even know each other. You think people know each other to the point where you're like, I love you in 3 weeks? No, absolutely not. You probably don't, like, they probably don't even remember like half of the stuff about you. Elliot, I'm trying to be nice and break it off with my situationship, and I am so done. I am not. And I am so done, and I am not. I don't know if you listened to, so Mrs. Vasquez. I did a podcast episode today on why situationships are emotional laziness. Definitely go listen to it. It's the latest episode that came out. Trust me, it's going to help you a lot. Link in the bio. Uncomfortable Combos. You're going to love today's, and hopefully it's gonna open eyes for you to like, you know what, I gotta listen to it. 7 months, I love you too soon. I mean, 7 months, you can feel something more deeply with them. You know, 7 months, I would be like, you know what, maybe they do, compared to 3 weeks. Let's be honest, 7 months, 3 weeks. Which one is more convincing? I'm going to listen to your podcast right now at work. Hey, I appreciate you, Shauna. Thank you. Shout out to everyone who has listened to it. But yeah, 3 weeks, 7 months. Which one do you think is more realistic to be, you know? I'm going more towards 7 months because now you've actually invested some time into the person, actually had a few arguments, you know? By month 3 to 6 is good. See, I agree. I agree. Month 3 to 6, yeah, absolutely. But the first 3 weeks, you barely even know this person. He's still on this high of getting to know you, right? Yeah. By week 3, you probably, like, I'm just assuming, say you guys have gone on a date a week, right? Which is typically what some people do. You guys been on 3 dates. Like, if you've done it that way. 3 dates. And he's already saying, I love you. Barely even know you. I gave up on dating. People got too much baggage. See, and I get where you're coming from, right? And it's okay to take some time for yourself. You know, do your thing for a little while. No need to be dating, especially if you've been dealing with a bunch of like horrible relationships or situationships. Take some time. Take 6 months. Take a year. You know, I'm 37. Oh, absolutely. Especially when you start getting older, you start wanting to deal with a lot less BS. And you want to be more intentional. LOL, I'm tired. And yeah, you should be. At 37, it's been 3 years. It's okay if it's been 3 years, it's 5 years. It's better to be single than with somebody who is not for you or someone who's like treating you like shit. You know, I would rather be single than be with somebody who's treating me like shit. Or not respecting me, like meaning like in a relationship. I've become super independent, almost obsessive. I can't imagine my life with anyone. See, and when you take some time for yourself, you learn to take a lot less BS from everybody, right? Because you start talking with somebody, you start dating with somebody, and then they give you a red flag, and you're like, nah, I'm better off by myself. And then you just like, I'm not gonna deal with this BS. That's how people get. That's why I'm saying like take some time for your like on your own. That way you can get to that point. I'm 33, was married for 12 years. Now I don't know what to do. Hey, you're doing everything you can do, girl. There's no right way to do things. There's no wrong way to do things. The only thing the right thing to do is to heal and to just get back out there eventually, because everybody wants to find a person, you know? So sneakily going on 3 years, I am over it, and he isn't. How do I end it? Just block him, remove him, stop answering him, stop letting him come over, stop going over. Just cutting off cold turkey. Don't respond to any messages because they're going to continue to try to convince you to let you do it, right? Do you guys think it's a red flag if they are in their 40s, never had kids, and never been married? No, because I'm 38. No, not 38, 37, my bad. I turned 38 this year. I've never had kids, never been married, right? It doesn't make you a red flag. It just maybe your life path, I've never gotten to the point where I wanted to marry somebody. And I've always been careful of, that's why, hey, pull out champ, right? Because don't get me wrong, I love kids. Kids are awesome. I love my nephew to death. And I love little kids because they're freaking cool. But I also enjoy my time. Like my time where I can do anything I want. I don't have to like find a babysitter. Like flying in an airplane. Like I don't have to do like the whole little kid thing. You know what I mean? Like, because I've seen some people struggle on airlines. So is it a red flag? No, they just made different decisions than some other people. Because let's be honest. There's also some people who they didn't choose to have a kid, right? So a lot of the times they had a kid because it was an accident. Like, let's be honest. So shouldn't they be a red flag? You know what I mean? No, they're not red flags. It just happened, right? So that's what I'm saying. Like, sometimes most people, they have kids because, you know, they weren't planned. It just happened. You know, that was the choice they made. That was the life choice that happened. But me intentionally, like, I've never wanted to be like, oh, I want to have a kid with this person. Oh, I want to have a kid with this person. Like, no, right? So I intentionally made sure that that didn't happen. Starting arguments since the first date, is that a red flag? Absolutely. Broken heart. Relationships should start up here in the puppy love phase, honeymoon phase. And then, like, eventually they go down, and then they, you know, they get good, but they don't start fucking super bumpy like this. And then all of a sudden they're like, nope. That's definitely a red flag right there. Barely starting to talk to somebody and you guys are already arguments. That's definitely a red flag there, girl. Definitely a red flag. All right, let me get another story or question. I was dating this guy. We hooked up and I bled. He was big. He freaked out, got over it, did it again, and we called it a night. Never heard from him again, but he still watches my stories. I mean, do I think it was he stopped messaging you because you bled? I don't think so. I think more that maybe that's all he really wanted, right? That he just tried to hook up, or he just wanted to hook up, and then that was it. Do I think you bleeding made him stop? I don't know. I don't think so. You know, I'm thinking more that he got what he wanted, and then he just dipped out, and then that was it. And if him watching your stories bug you, block him, remove him, because they're gonna continue to watch your social media, especially if you're like. First, okay, two things. You shouldn't be in your stories like that. Like, I don't go into my stories and be like, who's watching my stuff? No. Every now and then do I go in there and check? Yeah. But am I checking every fucking? No. It does nothing for you. Like, what are you looking for? So, like, you're clearly seeing that he watches every one of your stories because, like, you're paying attention to that. So, that's the first thing. Why are you paying attention if he's watching your stories? Second of all, if it bugs you that he watches your stories, just remove him. That's all you got to do. You can remove people from following you. You don't necessarily have to block him right away, but just remove him as a follower. You can put, hey, I want to remove this person. And it'll unfollow you. Like, and then you're good to go. And then if he refollows you or he continues to watch your story, then block him. Bobby, you have a lot more followers. Yeah, that's why I really don't check. Like, I don't know. What am I looking for in there? Like, at my stories, because, like, some of them, it just depends on the time of day and week. Like, they can go from, like, 5,000 up to, like, 20,000 people who see the story. What am I looking for in there? You know what I mean? Like, I'm just scrolling and be like, oh, who's that? Oh, no. Like, it's I see no value in it. So that's why, like, you shouldn't be scrolling to see who's in your stories. I don't think it bugs her that he's looking at their stories, but wondering why he's looking at her stories. Yeah, and that's why I said, like, if it actually bugs you, remove him as a follower. That's all you gotta do. You know, unless you're gonna message him and be like, why are you looking at my fucking stories? So, all right, next question. I'm a lesbian in a relationship with a girl who has only been with guys. When we have S, she tells me that if I had a D, she would S me try. Does that mean she misses the D or just dirty talk? I mean, that one. So here's what I think. When people are bi and they are only with one, like, say, obviously lesbian, do I think they crave the other side? Yeah. Right? And so do I think that it could be like subconsciously saying that, oh, I would love some of that right now. You know, it's kind of hard to tell because I don't know them. I don't know what's going on in their head. But I'm just saying, because I did the poll a while back ago, right? Because it could be dirty talk, but it also could be, it could be coming from somewhere. Because like I said, I did the poll one time when we were live, and I asked if people craved that were bi, obviously, that other, the other sex. And a lot of them said yeah. Like, and which is kind of fucked up at the same time, because, you know, there's nothing that your person can do because they got what they got. Because I was always curious, because I know, so there was I had a one-on-one session as well. There was this girl, lesbian. She was craving being intimate with a man. So much so that she ended up cheating on her girlfriend. Actually, it was a wife. But with a man, because she was craving it so much. So that's why I'm saying, like, do they crave it? I think so, right? I think I'm not bi, so it's not like I'm craving, you know, something I don't like. I crave being with a woman. So imagine you liking both, and you're only getting the woman side or the guy, like whatever the case. I really feel like you would crave the other sex to it at the same. That's just me. I feel like you would. Because especially if you're not getting it anymore. And you even said that you've been with only guys before. And this is the first time, you know. So again, maybe having that conversation. I crave it and I'm straight. I tried blocking him and he calls me through the app. Oh, see, wherever, if you block someone and they continue to try to message you, block wherever they're calling you from. And don't respond at all. Even if they get super disrespectful, even if they get upset, do not respond, because you're responding, mission accomplished for them. Because some guys will be super disrespectful, petty, rude, just to get a response from you, just to get a reaction from you. So if you find out it's him messaging you from a certain app, block. Makes another account and you find out it's him, block. And eventually they might get tired and they'll know that you're not having it anymore. So I know a girl who has cheated with a man one night. She ended up pregnant and her girlfriend stayed. Shit. What do you think of a partner who lends somebody money and doesn't tell you about it and marry? Wait, she ended up, what do you think of a partner would lend somebody money and doesn't tell you about? Oh, see, anything that has to be done in secrecy, red flag. Because whatever you do, you should be able to tell your partner. And if you can't tell them, there's a reason why you can't tell them. You know, if you have to hide something, there's a reason you have to hide it from your partner. If your partner lent them money but doesn't tell you, something is going on. Because if it was just like a friend and be like, oh, hey, so-and-so wants to borrow some money and wants me to lend him money, you know, you can have that conversation with you. But not telling you, to me, already tells me something different, right? Mike Asialgo commented on one of my posts, 143, after going MIA for a couple months. Yeah, see, I would just, at that point, I would have been like, you know what? Block. You're gonna ghost me for a couple months? Not gonna happen. Hola, hola, what's up, Miss Nancy? ¿Cómo estás? How are you? Yeah, definitely, like, if somebody were to ghost me for a couple months and then come back like nothing ever happened, yeah, block. Like, the fuck? Go back wherever you came from. All right, I'm gonna do one more. Let me see. It's this one. Baby daddy asks for some space, time, wants me to change. I am toxic. He wants time to love himself, to be able to love me, but is going on dates and talking to multiple girls and drinking every single day. He effed a girl 2 weeks into our relationship and I cheated by hanging out with a guy. Can it be fixed? No, girl, at this point, you guys have one fucked up relationship. And it's way better just to go on your own. He's cheating, you're cheating, you guys are asking for space, you guys are asking for this, you guys... Just reading that question just gave me anxiety. I felt the toxicity. I felt the no thank you. Like, it's time to move on. You need to learn when it's time to move on. Like, read that question over to yourself. Like, he's asking for space. He cheated on you 2 weeks into your relationship. You cheated on him. Like, how many times are you just guys gonna cheat back and forth? He's asking for space. he's going on dates while you guys are on space. No, it's time to move on. It's time to learn, hey, like this relationship is not a healthy relationship. This is not how a relationship should even be. It might be time to move on. Because he sounds like he's not very interested. You sound like you're somewhat interested. I would not want to be in this type of relationship. And hopefully, throw the red flag. Oh, yeah. You're right. You're right. See, this is all I see. Red flags. Okay. That just, you're either staying because you love the drama, you love the toxicity, because I don't love the drama, I don't love the toxicity. Like, that shit is way too much for me. Most people who stay in like relationships like that kind of like it in a way. They're not gonna be like, oh, I love it, but they kind of like it in a way. Because why else would you be there? Why else would you be in a toxic ass fucking relationship like that? You know, I know there's other things that go into it. I'm not necessarily saying that you love everything that's happening, but there's a reason why you stay too, right? So I would my recommendation, and just like everybody else in the chat, move the fuck on. It's just one toxic ass relationship. It gave me anxiety reading that. It gave me like, you know, that like, fuck, like, why are you even in this relationship? Like, you guys, this sounds horrible. Sounds like we can make a movie. But anyways, I'm going to hop off. I still got plenty of questions, and we're going to answer some more on Thursday. So make sure you guys tune in. We should be able to finish the questions next Tuesday, or not Tuesday, Thursday. My bad. So just know every Mondays and Thursdays I go live. So if you guys want to join, 7 p.m. wherever you're at. Currently it's 8:07 here. So go listen to today's podcast episode. It's based on situationships. I know you guys are going to love it. And also follow the Toxico Scents. I have car fresheners coming out for guys and girls. Make sure you guys go follow that page as well, because they're going to be coming out soon. But anyways, probably the guy never responded from last night. See, Bell's Beauty. No, it's time to cut him off. Cut him off. Bye. Good luck, ladies. Downhill. Thank you for always joining. One of the few guys that join and actually talk in the lives, which I really do appreciate it. So, but anyways, thank you guys for joining, and I will see you guys on Thursday. So make sure se la lavan, because I can definitely smell you from over here, and it doesn't smell so hot. Okay, I'm just joking. All right, I'll see you guys later.